it grabs the nitrates and sucks it out of the tank and slams it down. So it's like Shaq. If you guys ever watch Shaq, that's the equivalent of what frog bait is. What is poppin'? Fish keepers, shrimp keepers, 10-gallon fish tank fanatics. Welcome back to 10-gallon fish tanks YouTube channel, where we are all about 10-gallon tanks. I'm here with Coach Sonny. What's up, little buddy? And today we are going to teach you guys how to cycle a 10-gallon tank properly to set yourself up for success. So you're either thinking about getting the 10-gallon tank or you got one and you are super excited. So congratulations, I'm excited for you. You are in for a treat. As you can see, I got my first 10-gallon tank and I became addicted, and now I have over 40 tanks. So let's get right into it. Coach Sonny, give them a noggin. I just want to clarify something real quick. There's a difference between a cycle tank and a season tank. A season tank has been set up for a long time. It has all the beneficial bacteria it needs to be able to process ammonia and nitrates out of the tank and be very stable. A cycle tank just means it is set up and it's capable of adding fish to the tank. Wanted to clarify that first. Now, you can see I have tons and tons of 10-gallon tanks, and I've cycled many. Typically, when it comes to cycling, we want to know the timeline it's going to take to cycle a tank so we can put our first fish in, because we're so excited we want to put that fish in right now. Well, there's a couple factors that you need to think about before you put a fish in. That's going to determine the length of cycling your tank. Number one, do you have access to tank water and plants and filters like sponge filters and things from a tank that's already set up? If you do, you can easily cycle a tank within a week. If you don't have access to tank water from another tank already set up, sponge filters from another tank already set up, plants, rock, substrate from another tank setup, then it's going to take a little bit longer, and you're going to be looking at around a 2 to 4 week process. In this scenario, I'm going to assume you are new to the hobby and you don't have access to old filters, water, decorations, things from another tank to jumpstart the cycling process with your tank. So you got to start fresh. Cool, not a problem. I know it can feel a little overwhelming, a little intimidating, but it's actually really, really simple. So don't stress. It's really not a big deal. You got your tank filled up. There's two things we need to do. Number one, we need to dechlorinate your water. So Stress Coat by API. I like to use Stress Coat Plus because it has a little aloe vera in there that's going to help when you add your fish in, help regenerate the slime coat on your fish, which is going to help them feel healthy and happier, and maybe even help repair some fins if there's some damage when you bought them. So once again, you're going to add in Stress Coat, and we are going to add in 5 milliliters, which there's a little dosing cap, 5 milliliters per 10 gallons. Now, if you're trying to repair slime coat on your fish, you can do 10 milliliters per 10 gallons. So 5 or 10 milliliters per 10 gallons, you're going to go ahead and dump that in your tank right from day one. So you're going to fill your tank up, immediately dose it with this. The next thing you're going to dose it, and I don't have some right now because I'm not setting any tanks up, but it's API's Quick Start. Okay, that is some healthy bacteria that's going to help kickstart the nitrogen cycle and the ammonia breakdown process. Now, for that one, you're going to dose 10 milliliters per 10 gallons. Once again, 10 milliliters per 10 gallons, you're going to dose it from day one. So 10 milliliters of Stress Coat, which is going to dechlorinate the water. You're going to use this every time you do a water change. Then 10 milliliters of the Quick Start for your 10-gallon tank. That's going to jumpstart the process. Now that we've jumpstarted the process, the other thing I would recommend, and it's not that you have to, but I would recommend it, especially if you're thinking you want to put some shrimp in your tank. Neocaridina shrimp. The other thing I like to do when I'm cycling my tank is use Bacteria E. This is going to create a biofilm inside your tank that your fish, shrimp, everything can eat. Once again, though, don't go crazy with this. You just want to toothpick them out inside your tank, and you want to dose this 2 to 3 times a week while you're cycling your tank, and then 2 to 3 times a week once your tank is set up. So the proper dosing, you're going to be tempted and you're going to want to use a full scoop. Do not do that because you could kill off all the oxygen inside your tank and kill all your fish. You just want to take the little tip back end of this scoop, dump it in the water, dump it in the powder, and then dump it back in your tank, and do that 2 times a week. And trust me, that is plenty. This is a little hack that not a lot of people talk about, but allows me to add fish, shrimp, and plants a lot quicker than other people because I'm jump starting a natural food source for the fish, shrimp, and snails. Okay, so we've gone over everything you should do day one once your tank is full with water. The other thing I'm going to highly recommend you do day one, or at least within the first week of setting your tank, is getting aquarium plants. That's right. I know it's tempting, and I was the same way. When I started out, I had plastic plants and plastic decorations in my tank. I'm going to advise against it. Instead, I'm going to highly recommend you get yourself natural aquatic plants. Now, there's 3 main ones I would recommend, and there's tons more you can get, but the 3 I would recommend, and it's good for no matter what type of fish, shrimp, or snails you're going to put in your tank, is frogbit. Reason number 1, frogbit is an absolute powerhouse. I mean, powerhouse. It's like Shaq. If you guys ever watch Shaq, that's the equivalent of what frogbit is. It grabs the nitrates and sucks it out of the tank and slams it down. And that is what nitrates do. They're just like Shaq. It grabs those nitrates out, and then it's a full-on slam dunk down through the hoop of helping Powerhouse keep your tank safe from the nitrates and ammonia spikes. And that is frogbit. Absolutely love it. It goes in every single one of my tanks day 1. It is absolute beast. And if you guys need some, go check out 10gallonfishtanks.com. I can ship out anywhere in the U.S. Just make sure it's legal inside your state before you put in an order. But that is plant number 1 I recommend for everyone. It's like Shaq shattering a glass backboard. It is a beast. Plant number 2 is going to be Java ferns. This is a very easy plant, whether you're a beginner or advanced. Java ferns are great for everyone. They do like a little bit harder water, and they don't need crazy amount of light. But Java fern's another really easy aquatic plant that will help suck out nitrates out of your tank. Now, there's 2 more I'm going to give you. One is either Java fern or Java moss or Taiwan moss. Some sort of moss, especially if you're thinking about doing shrimp or if you're going to be breeding fish or shrimp. Some sort of moss is going to be a great way to go. There's going to be little particles that get caught down in there, and that's great for baby fish and shrimp. And it also provides extra hides for like maybe more skittish fish, shrimp, things like that. So Java moss or Java moss or Christmas moss or Taiwan moss, any type of moss is going to be great. And then finally, guppy grass. Guppy grass is awesome. I have it floating inside my tanks. And you can see it down here just floating around. But guppy grass is great. You can either plant it down in the soil or you can let it float. And it's once again, it's going to help suck out those nitrates so you don't get ammonia spikes and kill off your fish. But plants are a must day 1 and will really help kickstart your cycle. Little bonus I would recommend, if we're going to go down the natural plant route, which is going to make your aquarium experience so much easier, get yourself some natural wood. Aquascape it and make it look cool. Once again, creating a natural environment is also great for your fish, but it's also great to look at, and it's going to help you feel a little less stressed. Now, if your kid's in the hobby, it's okay. You can get your plastic plants. You can get your colorful substrate, gravel. That's totally fine. But if you want to take it up a notch, get yourself something like some spider wood, cool little pieces that can go in there. You can attach plants to. We got things like dragon wood. That's one of my favorites. Lots of little holes. And then also things like Pacific driftwood or any sort of driftwood. Now, if you're going to be doing things like shrimp, I would recommend you go ahead and get some cholla wood. Creates a lot of little holes and places for the shrimp to hide, and they absolutely love this stuff. But that's not a necessity. I just want to throw that in as a bonus. If you're setting your tank up, think about some natural wood. It's always pretty cool to have. We've gone over day 1. You got your plants in there. You did quick start. You did your stress coat. You did a little bit of Bacteria AE to jumpstart the cycle, and you got all your natural plants. Perfect. Let that sit for about 2 weeks. Once the 2-week period is over, now we can think about adding in some either snails or shrimp. Now, adding in shrimp is going to be a little controversial, but I do it all the time with great success. So if you do it using the method I'm talking about, you should have no issues. At least for me, it works. Doesn't mean it's going to necessarily work for you, but it typically works. I've had other people try it, and it's worked for them. Doesn't mean it's always 100% proof. That's the thing in the hobby. There's always different caveats to things. But now we can add in our snails. So what type of snail should we add? Mystery snails are great. Something that's going to eat algae. So mystery snails, ram's horn snails, neurite snails are all great options to add into your tank. Now you will need to start feeding the tank, and that can cause ammonia to start spiking. So don't overfeed it, but just do a small amount. So if you get a big mystery snail, you're going to feed, I like these mini Hikari algae wafers. You can feed one of these about, if you have one mystery snail, like a big one, probably one every like 2 to 3 days, okay? And that'll give them a little algae to be able to eat. You're also, if you have a snail, you're going to need to be able to feed it something to help its shell, and that's mineral junkie. Mineral junkie is going to help the snail or the shrimp, if you put shrimp in there, be able to regenerate their their shells, or molt properly if it's a shrimp. So both of these are great. 2 weeks in, you can go ahead and add your snail in, because we're going to kind of build an ecosystem. And if you want to add shrimp, go for it. Once again, if you're doing shrimp, you're going to do 1 mini algae wafer every day, and one of these mineral junkies, half of one, every 2 to 3 days. And then once again, Bacter AE, especially if you're putting in that the shrimp now, you need to do 1 toothpick amount every other day. Okay, now you've got your first 2-week period over. You're added in your snails and or your shrimp, maybe both, one or the other, or both. And they're doing well, they're thriving, and it's now been another 2 weeks. So at this point, your tank's been set up for 4 weeks. At that point, we can now go ahead and add our fish in. You can choose whatever type of fish, but if it's a 10-gallon tank, you're gonna wanna go with small nano fish. So some of my best favorite nano fish, and you probably already have fish in mind, you can do things like bettas, you can do emerald dwarf rasboras, celestial pearl danios, guppies, sparkling gouramis, tons and tons of different type of fish. Biggest thing is don't add all your fish at once. Yes, you're going to be tempted to. You're going to want to go get these pygmy cories and pair them up with some neon tetras and throw them all in your tank. And trust me, it's a lot of fun to do that. But you'll be very sad if that causes an ammonia spike and all your fish die. So get your fish in waves. At the 4-week period, if the tank's doing well and being able to handle the small amount of feeding, and your snails and your shrimp are doing okay, then you can add a couple fish. So let's take, for example, we're doing neon tetras. We love neon tetras, we want them, and we researched them and we found out neon tetras need a BB in a school of 6. Cool. We're not gonna buy all 6 right at once. We're gonna start with 3. You're gonna buy 3 neon tetras, see how they do over the course of 2 to 4 weeks. If they're doing good over the course of 2 weeks, then you can go ahead and add 3 more in. So at this point, once you're a month in, you can start adding your fish, but just do it in waves. Small amounts. So like neon tetras need to be in schools of 6. Don't get all 6. Start with 3. See how they do over the course of 2 weeks. If they're doing good after 2 weeks, you can add 3 more in and now get your school to 6. If those are doing good over the course of the next month, then you can maybe add in some pygmy cories. But the biggest key and factor is make sure you are testing your water. Let me go grab test strips and show you guys how to do that. And this takes us to the final step of your tank, and you really want to have this day 1 and test it all throughout the process. So test this at the 2-week period right before you add your snails and your shrimp in, at the 4-week period before you add your fish in, and then finally every week you should be testing your water. And I like to use aquarium co-op test strips. That's right, aquarium co-op test strips. These things are super easy. All you have to do is pull one out. You'll dip it in the tank for 3 seconds, let it lay down flat, and then you'll compare the results to the graph on the back. The biggest thing we want to see on this graph is we want to see nitrates at 0, nitrates below. I like to keep nitrates below 50, so that 0 to 25 range is perfect. Nitrite needs to be at 0. And then you want your hardness, that can vary. Buffer, we like the more buffer you have, the more leeway you have in your aquarium. And then you got your pH and chlorine. Once again, chlorine should be at 0. So at this point, you should start testing your tank every single week. And if issues arise, you'll determine what to do based on that. But that is how you cycle a 10-gallon tank. Hope this video helped you guys. If it did, don't forget to like, share the video with someone, and subscribe. I'm coming out with a lot more fish content, both just fun vlog style and informative videos like the one today. So if you liked it, tune in. We do live streams the first Sunday of every month for everyone. And then the third Sunday of every month, I do members only live streams. So if you enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to be coming out with more helpful content. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. We got a lot of projects going here at 10-Gallon Fish Tank headquarters. And let me show you real quick. Let me flip it around and show you. So we got what's called the Betta bungalows, and I started building this today, and this is fully funded by YouTube. So all the members of the channel, the super chats, the ad revenue is funding this build. So this build, as you see it be built on my channel, it's all thanks to you guys watching this video. As well, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my members. We got our member wall here. We got the nano bubblers for $1 a month, and we got the mid-level water squad for $5 a month. But you get members only live streams, special Facebook, Discord groups, and if you're a part of you also get put on my members only wall. And then if you're part of the mid-level water squad, you get 10% off my whole website. And at the year mark, you get a free 10-gallon fish tank t-shirt. So really appreciate everyone who's supporting the channel. And as always, I hope you guys have a great week. Go check out my website, 10gallonfishtanks.com. I have fish, shrimp, and plants that I can ship anywhere in the US. So if you need something, you're getting started, put an order in, I'll ship it out. And all those proceeds that come in from YouTube, purchases, sales, all go back in to continue to expand my fish room. I much appreciated. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you need extra supplies, also check the link in the description down below. I have all the stuff I've either currently used or have used in the past. So go check those out. Hopefully you can find something that'll help you out there. Thank you, guys. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
What's up, yo? Buddy. Need some fish, bro. Then you gotta go to the 10-gallon fish pro. 10-gallon, yeah. Fish tanks, yeah. 10-gallon, yeah. Fish tanks. All day, all day, all day long. Green shrimp, blue shrimp, yellow shrimp too. Green shrimp, orange shrimp, and a snowball zoo. We got fish, y'all. We got fish, dog. We got it all. Tuxedo koi, guppy, white cloud, minnow, long fin, white cloud, pygmy corridora, panda cory, stir by cory, albino cory, coolie loach, green cuba, tyrus boris, celestial pearl, danio, and emerald dwarfers bora, pea puffer, clown, killie, sparkling goat, or me.
Sunny buddy, oh hi buddy, hi buddy. Grogu, Grogu, Grogu. Sunny. What are you doing? Baby boy.